The rain hammered the tin roof of the old diner like it was trying to drown out the world, but nothing could wash away the echo of that knock on my apartment door last night. I opened it to find him standing there, duffel bag slung over his shoulder, face carved from the same stone head left behind 2 years ago, only now it held shadows I didn't recognize. "Are you still here?" he asked, voice flat as the Midwest plains we grew up on. And in that moment I realized the boy I loved hadn't come home, the soldier had. I froze in the doorway, heart slamming against my ribs like it wanted to escape before he could shatter it again. Ethan Hale, all 6 feet of him, broad shoulders filling the frame, his buzzed hair catching the hallway light like frost on barbed wire. Had shipped out right after high school graduation, right after that summer night by the quarry where Wed carved our initials into the oak tree and whispered promises under a sky thick with stars. "I love you," Head said, fingers tangled in mine. And ID believed him because at 18, belief was all we had. Now, at 20, those words felt like ghosts rattling chains. Ethan. The name stuck in my throat, tasting like rust. I stepped back, letting him in because what else could I do? The apartment smelled of takeout and regret, posters of indie bands peeling from the walls, my life frozen in the limbo Head left me in. He dropped his bag by the couch, eyes scanning the room like he was casing a hostile zone. "You look good, Jamie," he said, but it wasn't a compliment, it was an observation, clinical, like noting the weather before a storm. "Thanks," I muttered, closing the door on the downpour outside. The click echoed too loud. "How long are you home for?" His jaw tightened, that familiar tick when he was holding back. "Indefinitely. They processed me out, medical discharge." He rolled up his sleeve without asking, revealing a jagged scar snaking up his forearm, puckered and angry red. "Shrapnel from an IED in Kandahar. Doc said I'm done." I stared at it, the map of somewhere ID never been, a place that had stolen pieces of him ID spent years trying to hold on to. "Jesus, Ethan. I'm sorry." I reached out on instinct, but he flinched, pulling away like my touch was a live wire. "Don't." His voice cracked, just for a second, before the mask slammed back down. "Just don't." We stood there, the space between us wider than the Atlantic had crossed and recrossed. The rain kept pounding, a relentless drumbeat to the silence. I wanted to ask about the nightmares I could already see lurking in his eyes, the way his hands trembled when he thought I wasn't looking. But instead, I said, "You hungry? Diner's open late." He nodded, grabbing his jacket. "Yeah, lead the way." The rusty spoon was a relic on the edge of Willow Creek, Ohio, neon sign flickering like a dying heartbeat against the storm. We slid into a booth by the window, vinyl cracking under us, the waitress Marge eyeing Ethan like head risen from the dead. "Well, if it ain't the prodigal soldier," she drawled, pouring coffee without asking. "What'll it be, boys?" "Pancakes for me usual," I said, forcing a smile. "Ethan?" "Same. Black coffee." His eyes stayed on the window, watching rain sheet down like tears he wouldn't shed. Marge shuffled off, muttering about how the town hadn't been the same without him patrolling the football field in high school. She didn't know the half of it, how Ethan and I had been the town's worst-kept secret, 2 farm boys stealing kisses in the bed of his truck, dreaming of escaping to a city where love didn't come with side eyes and whispers. Willow Creek wasn't San Francisco, it was cornfields and church suppers, where being gay meant being the punchline at the VFW hall. "You hear about Tyler?" I asked, stirring sugar into my coffee to have something to do with my hands. "He's engaged now. To Sarah from the library." Ethan grunted, not looking up. "Good for him." Tyler had been our buffer, the straight best friend who covered for us at parties, who knew and didn't judge. Had walked in on us once, sophomore year, Ethan's hand down my jeans in the locker room showers. Had just laughed, said, "Lock the door next time, idiots," and that was that. Loyalty like his was rare in a town that chewed up differences and spat them out. The pancakes arrived steaming, drowning in syrup that stuck to my fingers like the memories I couldn't shake. Ethan picked at his fork, scraping the plate like nails on chalkboard. "So," he started, voice low, "you been seeing anyone?" The question hit like a gut punch. "No. Work keeps me busy." The truth was, ID tried once, a blind date set up by my sister Lena, some accountant from Cleveland who talked stocks and smiled too wide. But every laugh felt like betrayal, every touch like sandpaper on a fresh wound. Ethan nodded, but his eyes sharpened, searching mine for lies. Good. I mean, that's good. Why? I pressed, heat rising in my chest. Why does it matter now? Because I came back for you. The words hung there, raw and unpolished, the first crack in his armor. Or at least I thought I did. But seeing you here, in this life we talked about building, he trailed off, gesturing vaguely at the diner, the rain, the nothing of it all. Maybe I was wrong. The booth felt smaller, the air thicker. I love you, I blurted, the words I'd rehearsed in mirrors for 2 years, practicing for a ghost. I never stopped. Even when the letters stopped coming, when your mom said you were too busy to call. I waited. His fork clattered down, eyes finally meeting mine, stormy and unreadable. Jamie, you don't get it. Over there it changes you. You see things, men broken, friends in bags. And me, I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't. He swallowed hard, fist clenching on the table. I cheated on you. In the barracks, with some guy from Texas. It meant nothing, but it happened. The world tilted, syrup turning sour in my mouth. Cheated. The word echoed, slicing through the promises we'd made. Who? I whispered, hating the desperation in my voice. Doesn't matter. He's gone. Ethan leaned forward, voice breaking. But it does to you. Tell me to leave. Say it, and I'll go. I couldn't. The rain slowed to a drizzle outside, streetlights pooling gold on the pavement. No, I said finally. Stay? We'll figure it out. Because that's what we do. He exhaled, shoulders slumping like he'd been holding his breath since the plane touched down. Okay. Okay, Jamie. We paid and walked back in silence, arms brushing accidental but electric. In the apartment, he crashed on the couch, duffel unzipped like a wound, spilling fatigues and dog tags. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, the scar on his arm burned into my mind. Homecoming wasn't a happy ending, it was the start of a war we had to fight side by side. Morning broke gray and grudging, coffee brewing like an apology. Ethan was up before me, folding his blanket with military precision, the scar flexing as he moved. Sleep okay? I asked, handing him a mug. Like shit. Nightmares. He sipped, wincing at the heat. You? Same. I leaned against the counter, watching him. We need to talk about it. All of it. He set the mug down, crossing his arms. Talk how? You gonna fix me with your graphic design gigs and indie playlists? The barb stung, but I saw the fear behind it, the terror of being broken beyond repair. I'm not trying to fix you, Ethan. I'm trying to love you. The you that's here now. His laugh was bitter, echoing off the kitchen tiles. The me that's here is a mess. PTSD they call it. Flashbacks, anger I can't control. Last week in processing, I punched a mirror because some doc asked if I was scared. Scared. Like that's the word for watching your squad get vaporized. I stepped closer, heart aching for the boy who'd once chased fireflies with me, had sketched our future in notebook margins, houses with porches, dogs named after constellations. Tell me, I said softly. Start with Texas. He hesitated, then sank into a chair, head in hands. His name was Riley. Lanky, from Austin, played guitar in the mess hall. One night after a bad patrol, we were drunk on smuggled whiskey, and it just happened. Hands, mouths, in the dark. Guilt hit like a truck the next day. I wrote you a letter confessing, but tore it up. Figured you were better off without knowing. The image clawed at me, Riley with Ethan's laugh, his strength. But jealousy warred with pity, because over there, survival wasn't clean. I get it, I lied, sitting across from him. Or I'm trying to. Don't. His eyes lifted, red-rimmed. Hate me for it. Makes it easier. I want. Because hating you means hating the parts of me that waited. We sat there, coffee cooling, the weight of unspoken years pressing down. Then the door buzzed. Lena, my sister, right on time for her weekly check-in. Jamie, open up, it's pouring again. Her voice carried through the intercom, all New York edge softened by Ohio roots. Coming. I called, shooting Ethan an apologetic look. It's Lena. She knows about us. Great, he muttered, but there was no venom, just resignation. Lena burst in like a whirlwind, umbrella dripping, her curly hair frizzing in the humidity. She was the family firebrand, out and proud since 16, now running a queer youth center in Columbus. Her eyes landed on Ethan, widening. Holy shit. The soldier returns. Hey, Lena, he said, standing awkward as a colt. She hugged him fierce, no questions. Missed you, idiot. Now spill why you look like you saw a ghost. We laughed, tension cracking like ice. Over breakfast bagels from the corner deli, Lena grilled him gently about deployment, dodging the mines of trauma with stories of her latest protest march. You two back together, or what? She asked point blank, winking at me. Ethan choked on his coffee. We're talking. Good enough. She ruffled his hair. But if you hurt him again, they'll bury you in the quarry. The threat landed light, but her eyes meant it. Loyalty ran deep in the Hayes family, me, Lena, and our kid brother Milo, who was off at college studying engineering, still closeted to mom and dad. They lived 20 miles out, in the big house with the wraparound porch, pretending their eldest son was just focused on his art career. Denial was their love language. After Lena left, promising to drag us to a drag brunch next weekend, Ethan and I ventured out. Willow Creek hummed with Saturday bustle, farmers market stalls bursting with pumpkins and cider, kids shrieking on swings. We walked the park path, leaves crunching underfoot, hands swinging close but not touching. Remember when Wed raced to the swings? I asked, nodding at the rusted set. Yeah, you always won because I let you. He smirked, the old Ethan peeking through. Liar. I bumped his shoulder. You tripped on purpose. Guilty. His smile faded as we passed the old oak by the quarry fence. Initials JHEH still etched faint in the bark. He stopped, tracing them with a finger. I thought about this every night. Kept me sane. Me too. My voice caught. But then the letters stopped, and I thought you forgot. Forgot? Jamie, I wrote hundreds. But they censored half, and the rest I burned because they were full of shit I couldn't say. Fear. Doubt. That maybe I'd die over there and leave you hanging. The confession hung heavy, wind whispering through branches like secrets. I took his hand then, scar rough against my palm. You didn't. You're here. For now. He squeezed back, but his grip was tentative, like he expected me to pull away. We sat on a bench overlooking the water, quarry turned lake, ripples catching sunlight. Tell me about the nightmares, I said. He tensed, but didn't let go. Sand. Blood. Screams that don't stop. And you always there at the edge, waiting, but I can't reach you. There's therapy, he started, but I cut him off. We'll go together, like we used to sneak to the drive-in, holding hands in the dark. He chuckled soft. Deal. The afternoon stretched lazy, us wandering stalls, buying apples we shared bites of, juice sweet on lips. Normalcy felt fragile, a soap bubble, but it was ours. Until Tyler spotted us from across the market, waving frantic. Jamie, Ethan, over here. Tyler bounded up, fiancée Sarah in tow, her hand on a swelling belly that announced their news before words could. Guys, meet the future Mrs. Reedwell, soon. And baby Reed #1. Congrats, I said, hugging Sarah. You look radiant. Thanks. She beamed, but her eyes flicked to our joined hands, a flicker of surprise she hid quick. Ethan, it's been forever. Yeah. He released my hand subtle, stepping back. Good to see you, man. Tyler clapped his shoulder, oblivious. Beers later? Catch up? Sure, I said, because avoidance wasn't an option in Willow Creek. As they walked off, Ethan muttered, he's straight as an arrow, and you're glowing around him. Jealous? I teased, but his silence said yes. That night, beers turned to bonfire at Tyler's backyard, circle of old friends laughing over high school hijinks. Sarah waddled inside for cocoa, leaving us guys to the flames. Ethan sat quiet, nursing his bottle, while Tyler spun tales of his sales job, the ring on his finger glinting. So Ethan, deployment war stories? Tyler asked, eyes bright with that hero worship head always had. Ethan stared into the fire. Nothing worth repeating. Come on, man. You were out there saving the world. Saving? Ethan's laugh was sharp. I was hiding, behind sandbags, praying not to shit myself when the mortars fell. The circle hushed, crickets chirping the only sound. Tyler shifted uncomfortable. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean. It's fine. Ethan stood abrupt, bottle clinking down. Need air. I followed, finding him by the fence, fists white on the wood. Hey, I said soft. You okay? No. He turned, eyes wet in the firelight. They look at me like I'm Rambo, but I'm just the guy who came home in one piece. While the ghosts in his voice. I pulled him into a hug, his body rigid then melting, sobs muffled in my shoulder. Let it out. He did, wrenching cries that shook us both. When it passed, he pulled back, wiping his face. Sorry, not very macho. Fuck macho. I kissed his forehead, tasting salt. You're human. Back inside, Tyler pulled me aside. He's different, man. Rough. Yeah, but he's trying. We drove home silent, Ethan's hand on my thigh anchor. In bed, he curled against me, breath evening to sleep. I lay awake, wondering how many nights like this would have before the darkness pulled him under again. Weeks blurred into routine fragile as glass. Mornings, coffee and quiet talks. Afternoons, me at my desk sketching logos for local businesses, him job hunting online, resume heavy with classified ops. Evenings, walks or movies, hands linked defiant against the world's stares. Lena dragged us to her center, where Ethan volunteered, awkward at first, fixing bikes for trans kids, his scars earning nods of understanding. But cracks showed. One night, thunder rumbling like artillery, he bolted upright screaming, fists flying. Jamie, get down. I caught his wrist gentle. It's me. Storm. Home. He blinked, collapsing back, sweat-soaked. Fuck. Sorry. Don't be. I held him, heartbeat sinking slow. We'll get through. Therapy started Tuesdays at the VA clinic in Dayton, an hour drive each way. Dr. Patel was a no-nonsense Indian woman with kind eyes, who didn't flinch at Ethan's walls. First session, he barely spoke. By fourth, stories spilled IDs, lost limbs. The boy from his squad had begged him to tell his mom he loved her. You survived guilt too, Dr. Patel said. That's the real battle. Home. Head recount bits, voice steadier. You're right about going together, she helps. Progress felt like sunlight piercing clouds. Then the call came, Mom, voice tight. Dinner Sunday. Your father's asking about Ethan. Says the town talks. Dread pulled. Dad. The stoic farmer had never said the word gay, but whose silence screamed it. Okay, I said. We'll be there. Ethan overheard, paling. No, he'll see right through us. He's family. We face it together. Sunday, the big house loomed, harvest moon fat overhead. Mom hugged us tight, apple pie scent clinging, Dad grunting hellos from his recliner, eyes on the game. Milo was home too, lanky now, avoiding my gaze like we'd never shared secrets. Dinner was roast chicken and small talk weather, crops, Tyler's baby. Then Dad cleared his throat. Ethan, heard you got hurt. Tough break. Sir. Ethan sat straight, Fort paused. But I'm home now. Good. Need hands on the farm? Dad's offer hung, gruff but genuine. ID like that. Ethan glanced at me, eyes soft. If Jam's okay with it. Dad's brow furrowed. Why wouldn't he be? You boys always thick as thieves. The table stilled, Mom's knife scraping loud. Thick as thieves, she echoed, forcing cheer. After, in the den, Milo cornered me. So you and Ethan? Finally out. Shoo. I glanced back. Working on it. He nodded, envy in his eyes. Wish I could. Dad's old school. We will. Give it time. Outside, Ethan chopped wood by the barn, axe swinging rhythmic, sweat gleaming. Watching him, strength returned in muscle and will. I felt hope bloom. But as he paused, wiping brow, a truck rumbled up gravel driveway. Out stepped Pastor Hale, Ethan's uncle, Bible in hand, face thunderous. Ethan boy, the pastor's voice boomed. Heard you're back. And consorting. Dad. Ethan's axe stilled. Not now. Consorting? Pastor spat the word. With him. Town sees. Bible says. Enough. Ethan stepped forward, chest out. Jam's the best thing in my life. Save me over there. In here. You want to quote verses? Quote the one about love. The pastor recoiled, but Dad appeared in the doorway, arms crossed. Tom, leave it. Boys are grown. Uncle Tom glared, retreating to his truck. This ain't over. It was a spark, but the fire came later that week. Ethan took the farm job, rising before dawn, coming home muddied but lighter. We cooked together, his hand on my waist casual, love rekindling in touches and glances. One night, tangled on the couch during a rom-com. He kissed me slow, deep, the world fading to just us. I love you, he whispered against my lips. Still. Always. Me too. Tears pricked, joy sharp. But Willow Creek whispered. Notes in my mailbox, anonymous filth, faggot soldier. Quit while you're ahead. Tyler's texts, heard shit at the bar. Watch your back. Ethan found one, crumpling it furious. They'll handle it. No. We report it. Cops, shrugged Deputy Hargrove, old high school bully. Kids' pranks. Move on. Not pranks. Threats. He eyed us sly. Keep it quiet. Town harmony. Rage simmered. Lena fumed over phone. Sue the bastards. Or march. But Ethan withdrew, shadows lengthening. Nightmares worsened, him pacing at 3 a.m., muttering apologies to ghosts. I woke to find him staring at the scar. Can't stay, he said one dawn. Dragging you down. Bullshit. I grabbed his face. We're in this. His eyes searched mine, broken. What if I break you? Then we glue the pieces. Together. The climax brewed at the Harvest Festival, bonfires and hayrides under harvest moon. Tyler invited us, Sarah glowing, baby kicking. We went, hands hidden but hearts open. Laughter flowed, cider warming bellies, until Pastor Hale took the mic for blessings. Lord, protect our sons, he intoned, from wars without and sins within. Murmurs rippled, eyes on us. Ethan stiffened beside me. Not here. But the pastor veered. Like those who stray from your path. Men with men, defiling. Enough. Ethan's roar cut through, standing tall. You don't speak for God. Or me. Gasps echoed. Pastor sneered. Demons got your tongue, boy. No. Love did. Ethan turned to the crowd, voice steady. Jam's my partner. Saved my life over there, every day since. You want to hate? Hate me. But leave him out. Silence deafened. Then applause scattered. Tyler's first. Then Milo's, Lena's from the edge. Mom appeared, taking Dad's hand. Enough, Tom. They're family. Dad rose slow, face unreadable. Then walked to Ethan, clapping his shoulder. Proud of you, son. Both of you. The pastor slunk off, tail tucked. Cheers erupted, hugs enveloping us. In the chaos, Ethan pulled me close. I'm still here, he murmured. For you. And I for you. We kissed then, public unashamed, world blurring to cheers. But drama lingered. Weeks later, a letter from Riley, Texas number, voicemail crackling. Ethan, it's me. Heard you're out. Coming to visit. Clear the air. Panic hit. Him? Now. Ethan paled. He can't. Not after. Tell him no, I said. Protect us. But guilt warred. He deserves closure. The visit loomed, Riley arriving by bus, lanky still, guitar slung. Coffee shop neutral ground. I waited outside, heart pounding. Voices raised inside. You told him? Riley accused. Had to. Ethan firm. Jams everything. Then why me that night? Riley hurt. I thought we had something. Survival. Not love. Ethan soft. Sorry. Glass shattered, cup hurled. Bastard. Riley stormed out, spotting me. You the one? Yeah. I stood ground. He laughed bitter. Lucky you. But he's broken goods. Fuck you. He's gold. Riley left, tailpipe smoke in his wake. Ethan emerged, cup shards in hand. Over. We drove home, his hand in mine. No more ghosts. No more. Promise. Winter blanketed Willow Creek, snow muffling sins. Therapy deepened, Ethan opening to group sessions, sharing with vets who nodded knowing. I joined, learning to hold space for his pain without drowning. Lena announced her wedding spring to her girlfriend Priya, inviting us as dates official. Mom and Dad came, Dad toasting awkward but sincere. To family however it grows. Milo came out too, over Easter brunch, Dad's fork pausing mid-bite. Son, he said slow. We love you. Always did. Tears flowed, hugs healing old wounds. Spring thawed, cherry blossoms pink confetti. Ethan proposed by the oak, ring simple silver band engraved with our initials. Marry me? Not perfect, but yours. Yes, 1,000 times. The wedding small, backyard affair, friends and family under strung lights. Vows exchanged, laughter and cake, dance floor spinning to old tunes. Years later, looking back, that knock was the hook the universe dangled, pulling us from complacency to truth. Love isn't promises kept easy, it's the fight. The misunderstandings bridged, prejudices shattered. Ethan, softer now, scars faded stories, still asks, am I here? And every dawn, I answer with a kiss, yes, always. But wait, the story doesn't end there. Life twisted again. Summer's heat wave brought Tyler's baby boy, chubby-fisted and wailing. Ethan holding him gentle, whispering uncle secrets. We adopted Milo when Dad passed sudden heart attack in the fields. Mom leaning on us, her boys her anchors. Prejudice lingered in whispers, but we built louder, a queer center in town. Ethan leading vet support, me designing murals of hope. Surprises came too. Riley's letter years on, apology scrawled, forgiveness posted back. Through conflicts, climaxes of rage and release, our love deepened roots in Willow Creek soil, branches reaching for sun. And in quiet nights, his head on my chest, I know we're home, not just the place, but each other. The summer after the wedding, heat clung to Willow Creek like a bad memory, air thick enough to chew. Ethan and I had bought a fixer-upper on Elm Street, a craftsman with creaky floors and a porch swing that groaned under our weight. Nights, we'd sit there, his arm around me, fireflies winking like conspirators. Peace, hard won, but ours. Then the letter came, postmarked from D.C., crisp envelope slicing through the mundane. I slid it open over breakfast, Ethan glancing up from the sports page. What's that? Your mom. I scanned lines, stomach dropping. She's coming to visit. With your dad. He set the paper down slow. Shit. The Hales were old money, Ohio. Pastor's flock turned congregation. Bible thumpers had disowned Ethan the day he came out at 16. Head lived with us after, crashing on our couch till the military scooped him up, escape and duty in one. Last ID heard, they'd written him off as lost cause. Why now? He muttered, coffee forgotten. Says she's proud of your service. Wants to meet the family. Her words, not mine. He laughed hollow. Family, right. We debated postponing, but Mom Hayes insisted host them, show grace. Grace, the word stuck like burr, as we aired out the guest room, hid the rainbow flag on the fridge. They arrived Friday dusk, rental car gleaming in driveway. Mrs. Hale stepped out first, silver hair pin neat, dress floral and prim. Ethan, she breathed, arms opening. Mom. He hugged stiff, then stepped back. Dad. Mr. Hale loomed, suit starched, face carved disapproval. Son. Inside, awkward tea served, small talk skating surfaces. How's the farm? Ethan asked Dad, voice neutral. Sold it. Retired. Dad's eyes flicked to me. Jamie. Heard you're an artist. Designer, I corrected, smiling tight. Logos mostly. Humph. He sipped, judging. Dinner was pot roast, Mom's recipe, tension thick as gravy. Mrs. Hale chattered about church bake sales, then veered. Ethan, we saw the news. That center you're running. For those people. Queervet's mom. It's for me. His fork clinked plate. And friends like me. She flushed. We didn't raise you that way. You didn't raise me at all. After I told the truth. The words landed flat, final. Mr. Hale cleared throat. We're here to reconcile. Pastor said pray on it. Reconcile? Ethan leaned forward, eyes flashing. You mean convert me back? Jamie excused himself, heart pounding, washing dishes to drown voices. From the sink, I heard snippets, Mrs. Hale's sobs, Dad's grumble about prodigal sons. Ethan, voice steady anchor, am happy Dad. With Jamie, that's the reconciliation I need. Later, in bed, he slipped under covers, body warm against mine. Sorry, he whispered. Old wounds. They'll heal. Like yours. I kissed his temple. We will. The visit stretched week into week. Mrs. Hale softening over pancake mornings, helping in the garden, fingers in soil like therapy. One afternoon, she found the photo album ID tucked away, snapshots of our wedding, honeymoons in the Smokies, Ethan laughing free. These, she said soft, tracing our faces. You look at peace. We are. Mostly. I sat beside her. He fought hard for it. So did you. Waiting. Her hand covered mine, tentative. I was wrong. About everything. Tears welled, hers and mine. Thank you. Mr. Hale took longer, thawing over chess games with Ethan on the porch, moves deliberate as confessions. Checkmate, son, he said one dusk. You're stronger than I thought. Learn from the best. Ethan's smile small, but real. They left Monday, hugs lingering, promise of Christmas cards. Driving them to airport, Ethan gripped my knee. Didn't think I'd ever say it, but thanks. For holding space. Always. I leaned over at red light, kissing quick. Love you. Love you more. Fall brought harvest, center buzzing with events pride picnic, where Milo brought his boyfriend, a shy poli-sci major from Kent State. Dad would have grumbled, but had have come around, like he did for us. Then the call from Tyler, voice shaky. Sarah's water broke early. Get here. Hospital wait was agony, fluorescent buzz, coffee vending stale. Ethan paced, me sitting with his hand in mine. Hours later, nurse emerged. Boy, healthy. We piled in, Sarah exhausted radiant. Tiny Tyler Jr. swaddled pink. Look at him, Ethan cooed, uncle instincts kicking in. Hey, little man. Tyler clapped my back. You two next? Adopting? Someday. Ethan glanced at me, eyes warm. When ready. Home, buzz lingering, we talked futures, cribs, schools, the logistics of two dads in small-town Ohio. Scary, but exciting, like deployment had been for him. Winter hit hard, blizzards burying roads, forcing closeness. One storm, power out, we huddled by fireplace, stories spilling. He told of Riley again, not the act, but the aftermath, guilt that gnawed, made him push me away pre-deployment. I told of my fears the year he left, how Idaho drive to the quarry, scream into wind, wondering if love was enough against war. We're enough, he said, pulling me close. Together. Spring thawed revelations. Lena pregnant via donor, Priya beaming, us uncles in waiting. The center expanded, grant funded, walls painted with murals I designed, hope in primary colors. But conflict brewed subtle. Ethan's old squad mate, Marcus, rolled in unannounced, wheelchair-bound from the same blast. Heard you went soft, he joked, but eyes haunted. Stayed alive, Marcus. Ethan wheeled him to the ramp, ID installed. That's not soft. Marcus nodded, tears tracking. Needed this. Thanks, brother. Brotherhood healed too. Letters from over there turning to visits, a network of survivors. Summer solstice, we hosted a bonfire at the quarry, friends circling flames. Tyler toasted us, baby on hip. To Ethan and Jamie, the real heroes. Cheers rose, stars wheeling overhead. In the dance of light, Ethan pulled me aside, by the oak. Remember our initials? Faint now. I traced them. But permanent. Like us. He knelt sudden, but no ring this time, just a key, old and brass. To the attic. I fixed it up. Our space. Upstairs, revealed a studio, skylights, pouring moon, easel waiting, guitar propped. For your art, he said. For my music. For us. Tears blurred, I kissed him fierce. Perfect. Years wove on, threads of joy and strain. Milo married his guy in our backyard, mom crying happy. We adopted twins from foster care, girls with curls and questions, teaching us patience anew. Prejudice faded to embers, quenched by time and tales. One day, Pastor Hale returned, not with fire, but humility. Forgave me? He asked Ethan at the center. Forgiven long ago. Ethan clasped his hand. Join us. He did, volunteering Sundays, bridge built. Surprises peppered, a book deal for Ethan's memoir, raw pages of sand and love, bestseller quiet. I illustrated cover, our oak etched subtle. Climaxes came soft, now a car accident. Ethan's truck totaled, him unscathed but shaken, clinging to me in ER. We emerged stronger, therapy refreshed. Through it, love anchored, misunderstandings aired like laundry, friendships fortified. In twilight years, porch swing creaking, grandkids on knees, head whisper, still here? ID answer with eyes, hands entwined, yes, eternally. Autumn leaves turned Willow Creek into a postcard, reds and golds carpeting streets like forgotten confetti from our wedding. The twins, Lily and Rose, now 5, chased them giggling, their laughter a balm to the scars we carried. Ethan scooped Rose up, spinning her till dizzy. while I wrestled leaves into piles with Lily, her braids flying wild. "Daddy," she yelled, tackling his legs. Story time. Coming up. He winked at me, eyes crinkling lines of joy earned. Bedtime tales of brave soldiers and artist heroes, always with happy endings. Tucking them in, their room a riot of posters, bands, superheroes, pride flags tiny, but proud we kissed foreheads, lights out. Downstairs, wine poured, we collapsed on couch, feet tangled. "Hard day?" I asked, tracing his jaw. "Market run wore me, but worth it pies for the bake sale." He sipped, sighing content. "You? Center drama?" "Budget meeting dragged, but we hit goals. Your vet's group expanded too. Marcus leading now." Pride swelled, his hand covering mine. "We did that." We, the word our cornerstone. But lately, shadows crept. Ethan's sleep fractured again, flashbacks triggered by news clips of endless wars. Head wake gasping, my name anchor in the dark. Therapy helped. Dr. Patel retired now, her protege sharp and empathetic. Group sessions at the center, circle of chairs filled with stories swapped like ammunition. One evening, post-meeting, a new face lingered. Javier, young vet fresh from deployment, eyes hollow, as Ethan's once were. "Can I talk?" he asked Ethan private. "Course." Ethan clapped his shoulder. "Coffee." They vanished to the diner, returning hours later, Javier lighter, Ethan drained but determined. "Tough one," he said later, in bed. "Kids like him remind me why I fight." "You're good at it." I curled closer. "Hero." "Just surviving." His kiss soft, lingering. "With you." Winter whispered warnings. First snow, a freak storm. Power lines down, town isolated. We hunkered, board games by lantern, twins enchanted by candlelight tales. But Ethan paced kitchen, fists clenched. "Sounds like incoming," he muttered. "Breathe." I pulled him to window, snow blanketing world soft. "Peace." He exhaled, forehead to glass. "Trying." Storm passed, but unease lingered. Then Lena's call, voice edged. "Priya's sick. Complications. Need you." We drove to Columbus, twins with mom. Hospital hall's sterile echo. Priya pale in bed, Lena pacing like caged lion. "Scans tomorrow," she said, hugging fierce. "Well, stay." Ethan took Lena's hand. "Family." Weight dragged, coffee cold, jokes forced. Results came dawn clear, treatable early. Relief crashed, tears and toasts in the cafeteria. Back home, Ethan dove deeper into advocacy, speaking at schools, voice steady against bullying whispers. One assembly, a kid cornered him after. "Am gay, sir." "Scared." Ethan knelt eye level. "Fear normal. But you're brave already. Tell one person. Start there." The kid nodded, eyes bright. "Like you and your husband?" "Like us." Ethan ruffled his hair. "Got your back." Spring bloomed defiant. Cherry festivals and center galas. We hosted, backyard strung lights, tables groaning food. Tyler DJ'd, Sarah dancing with baby on hip, Milo and spouse twirling elegant. Pastor Hale toasted, voice warm. "To love that endures." Cheers rose. Ethan pulling me to dance slow, world fading to his heartbeat. "Remember our first?" he murmured. "Truck bed, stars." How could I forget? I swayed closer. "Best night." Mid-spin, phone buzzed. Ethan's unknown number. He stepped away, answering low. "Yeah, now." Face ashen, he returned. "Old CO buddy's in town. Needs to talk." "Go." I squeezed his arm. "He'll handle cleanup." He left reluctant, kiss lingering. "Love you." Hours later, door creaked midnight. Ethan collapsing beside me. Whiskey on breath, eyes red. "Bad." I propped on elbow. "Worse." Sergeant Ramirez lost his boy. Suicide. Blamed the service, the silence after. "Jesus." I held him as sobs came, raw-wrenching. "The cost," he choked. "Never ends. It ends with us fighting." I stroked his back. "For them." Dawn, he rose resolved, calling Marcus. "New group for families. Start tomorrow." Summer scorched, heat waves warping roads. Twins campbound, us stealing weekends away, lake cabin, swims and sunsets. One evening, dockside, he turned serious. "Thinking adoption again." "Another?" Heart swelled. "Yeah, for them. For us." Agency visits started, home studies probing. They approved quick our life open book of love and resilience. Then the letter anonymous again, slipped under door. Queers raising kids? Town won't stand. Rage boiled. Ethan crumpled it. Reporters. Last time. No. We frame it. Show them. Press conference at center, mics clustered, Ethan front. We're building family. Like any. Ignore hate. Focus love. Headlines followed positive mostly, pride swelling town. But backlash brewed bar fights. Graffiti on center walls, slurs scrawled red. Ethan cleaned at dawn, brushstrokes furious. Not touching our girls. Police finally acted. Arrests made locals shamed. Justice slow but sweet. Fall festival. Twins crowned leaf queens. Crowns woven gold. Bonfire night. Stories circled. Javier now mentor, sharing his arc. Climax hit unexpected Milo's crisis. Spouse leaving sudden. Heart cracked. He showed our door, duffel heavy. Can I? Always. Ethan hugged tight. Crash here. Weeks, we mended him therapy tag teams, bonfires and beers. He healed slow, emerging stronger, dating cautious. Thanksgiving, table full mom, Lena's family, Tyler's clan. Toasts to gratitude, hands linked under table. Winter solstice, twins asleep, we slipped to attic studio. Easel waited, my sketch half-done portrait of us, scars and smiles. Guitar leaned, his melody soft plucking. Play, he said, settling beside me. Fingers danced strings, tune our wedding song. I painted, brushed to canvas, love in layers. New Year dawned crisp, adoption match a boy, 6, eyes wary. Welcome home, we said, arms open. Spring taught patience his tantrums, questions endless. Ethan bedtime stories military soft, heroes who cry. Summer trips road triaged, national parks wonders wide-eyed. One night, tent zipped, kids snoring, he whispered, this enough? More than. I kissed him starlit. Everything. Years layered, boy thriving, twins big sisters fierce. Center landmark now, scholarships named for lost buddies. Surprises sprinkled Riley's visit, sober now, amends made over coffee. Friends. Conflicts faded to lessons prejudice in a slur at school, handled with talks and tears. Climax's quiet Ethan honored medal ceremony, me pinning stars, pride choking. Through, love evolved deeper, misunderstandings myths, friendships fortresses. Porch swing evenings, grandkids future ghosts, head ask still here? ID we fingers his. Here. Forever. The decade mark of Ethan's return crept up sly, calendar flipping to another autumn, leaves a familiar blaze. Willow Creek had grown us town expanded, strip malls nibbling farms. But our corner held steady craftsman porch mended, attic studio sunlit haven. The kids now teens lily artist like me, Rose athlete echoing Ethan, our son Alex tech whiz, glasses perpetually ask you. Family dinners chaotic, debates over screen time and curfews, laughter loud as storms. Ethan at head, voice calm mediator. Pass the potatoes he say, diffusing with dad jokes. Post-meal, dishes sudsing, head sidle up, dish towel snap playful. Still got it he tease, waist nipped. Always. ID lean in, kiss stolen quick. Love you. Echoed back, ritual. But undercurrents stirred Ethan's restlessness. Nights pacing attic, guitar silent. What's wrong? ID ask, bed empty cold. Just thinking. Deployment anniversary. He sit beside, hand seeking mine. The what ifs. No ifs. You're here. I pull close. That's the win. Therapy lapsed. We restarted couples now. Dr. Reyes probing gently. What do you need, Ethan? To not forget. He gripped my knee. But not drown. Progress in layers. Walks resuming park paths. Quarry Oak sentinel still. Initials weathered deep. Lena called crisis mode. Center vandalized again worse. Windows smashed. Pride flag torched. On it. Ethan hung up. Keys grabbed. Coming? Drive fierce. Radio off. His jaw set. Not on my watch. Columbus dawn. Glass shards crunching. Kids from the program sweeping tear-streaked. Ethan directed calm. Calls to insurers. Hugs for the hurt. News van swarm noon. Mike's thrust. Statement. He stepped up, face broadcast ready. Hate loses when we rebuild. Join us. Donations poured, walls repainted rainbow brighter. Back home, kids asked wide-eyed, "Daddy okay?" "He's a fighter. Like you." I tucked them, stories of resilience spun soft. Winter brought Marcus' wedding, his to a nurse named Carla. Ceremony at the center, us best men tandem. Vows exchanged, Ethan's toast choked. To second chances. Love wins. Spring surprise Alex outed school project on family history. Essay read aloud. Us the heroes. Bullies jeered, but teacher praised. Principal called apology. We rallied parent meeting. Ethan speaking raw. My scars from war, theirs from words. Same pain. Stop it. Policy changed. Ally training mandatory. Alex beamed after. Thanks, dads. Summer road trip cross-country. RV rumbling. Kids bickering backseat. Stops at Grand Canyon, awestruck silences. Ethan pointing constellations nights. See Orion? Hunter like us. Fall festival, now tradition, our booth center staple, cider steaming, stories shared. Tyler Mayer now, speech lauding us pioneers. Then the letter official seal from the Pentagon. Ethan Hale, commendation ceremony. Medal of Honor posthumous no, living. For valor in Kandahar. Breath caught. That day the IED, head dragged 3 out, shrapnel taking his arm price. Why now? He whispered, paper trembling. Truth time, they said. DC trip whirlwind, kids with Lena, us suited stiff. Ceremony hallowed halls, flags crisp, president pinning star. Ethan stood tall, speech short. For my brothers lost. For my family waiting. Honor theirs. Cameras flashed, handshakes endless. Hotel after, champagne chilled, he pulled me to balcony. Overwhelmed. Deserve it. I toast. Hero. Us. He kissed deep, city lights below. Always us. Homecoming parade small but heartfelt, town lining streets, banners waving. Kids road float, waving proud. But climax brewed, personal Ethan's mom ill, cancer quiet creeping. Hospital visit, her hand frail in his. Forgive me? She whispered. Long ago, Mom. He kissed forehead. Love you. She passed spring, funeral simple, her side reconciled, Bible opened to love chapter. Dad Hale softened further, visits to grandkids, stories swapped. Summer grief wave hit Ethan quiet days, guitar weeping melodies. I sat silent, holding space. Therapy again, group for loss, voices overlapping healings. He emerged, album recorded songs of sand and home, dedication to her. Fall release party center packed, tracks spinning, tears and toasts. Javier opened, his poetry raw. Ethan's set closed, voice cracking beauty. Winter holidays blended families, mom's table groaning. Hales joining tentative, then warm. Toasts to absent, presents cherished. New Year, kids' resolutions, shared Lily Art School dreams. Rose track scholarships, Alex coding apps for good. Spring college tours, empty nest looming. We talked at empty house, travels maybe. Summer empty echoed first. Dinners too again, wine lingering. Date night movies, hands clasped like teens. Then surprise pregnancy no, Lena's second. Boy this time, us uncles doting. Fall back to school, house alive again visits, stories. Climax soft now health scare mine. Checkup flagged heart murmur, tests tense. Ethan held vigil, coffee runs, jokes deflecting. Clear it came, relief crashing. Thanks for fighting, he said after. My turn next time. Always. I squeezed hand. Team. Years flowed, kids launched Lily Gallery openings, Rose Olympics whisper, Alex startup buzz. Center national model, invite speaking, us tag team. Surprises Riley's book, collab with Ethan, tour healing. Conflicts minor town election, old guard versus progress. We campaigned quiet, Tyler won again. Through, love seasoned wine deep, misunderstandings memories laughed over, friendships lifelines. Porch swing creaks familiar, sunset painting sky, head lean head shoulder. Still here? ID smile, fingers laced. Here, endlessly. 2 decades post-return, Willow Creek wore change like a comfortable sweater, edges softened, diversity woven in. Our craftsmen stood sentinel, Porch swing replaced thrice. Attic studio gallery now. Walls hung with my prints. Ethan's awards framed gold. Kids grown ghosts Lily in New York. Canvases bold. Rose coaching college track. Alex Silicon Valley. App aiding vets. Empty nests suited us. Travels beckoning Europe rambles. Paris cafes hand in hand. Whispers French flirty. Home. Routines gentle mornings coffee black for him. Cream for me. Evenings books shared. Discussions deep. But age whispered aches. Ethan's shoulder twinged rain. My knees creaked stairs. Checkups routine. But Dr. Reyes now peer. Talks turning legacies. One autumn. Letter from the Quarry Club kids wanting to preserve the oak. Plaque for us locals legends. Ceremony small. Mayor Tyler graying. Ribbon cut. Our initials eternal now. Etched bronze. Ethan traced them. Eyes misty. Full circle. Winter brought Milo health scare. Cancer echo of his mom's. Treatments grueling. We drove weekly. Chemo chairs side by side. Hands linked silent strength. He's fighter Lena said. Priya nodding. Their boy's toddling distraction. Like his brother. Ethan squeezed Milo's hand. Beat it. He did. Remission spring. Party backyard. Cakes layered hope. Summer reunion family full. Grandkids tumbling grass Lily's twins. Rose's boy. Alex girl. Chaos joyful. Ethan grill master. Apron smudged. Stories spun of their dad's youth. Fall book tour Ethan Riley collab sequel. Roads crisscrossed. Audiences wrapped. One night, Q&A, young vet asked, how'd you heal? Ethan paused, glanced my way stage lights halo. Love, the kind that waits, fights, forgives. Applause thundered, my heart full. Winter holidays epic, house stuffed, tree towering, ornaments heirlooms. Toasts long, laughter louder. New Year quiet. Us two resolutions travel more, live fuller. Spring surprise Rose's engagement, track star fiancé, wedding our backyard tradition. Ceremony tear-streaked, vows echoing ours, dance floor packed. Summer wedding after party bonfire quarry, oak sentinel, stars witnesses. Fall classes Lily adjunct, home more, studio shared, collaborations born. Climax crept subtle Ethan's heart flutter, doc visit flagged arrhythmia, pacemaker talk. Surgery day, I waited sterile hall, memories montage deployment knock, wedding kiss, kids' births. Out he came groggy, thumbs up, ticking fine. Recovery slow, walk short, but gratitude deepened. Thanks for holding, he said, bedbound. Again. Always. I read aloud his book, voice steady. Winter healed, snow soft, us bundled walks, hand warm in glove. Spring vigor returned, garden planted, tomatoes promised. Summer trips grandkids camp, mores and secrets. Fall harvest festival, now legends, booth stories evolved. Then letter Pentagon again, Ethan keynote at Gala, Valor Legacy. DC Gala glitz, Tux is stiff, his speech thunder. Not heroes alone, families forge us. Ovation standing, my pride bursting. Home, unwind wine, he turned serious. Legacy kids, center, but us? Us eternal. I kissed palm. Story unfinished. He nodded, eyes deep. Write more chapters. Years gilded, grandkids school plays, us front row proud. Surprises Alex App Award, national news, us beaming parents. Conflicts gentle town zoning center expansion, meetings heated, compromise won. Through, love vintage wine smooth, misunderstandings footnotes, friendships chapters. Porch swing polished, sunset symphony, head on shoulder. Still here? Whisper yes, forevermore. 3 decades etched lines on faces. Willow Creek a tapestry richer. Our craftsman landmark historical. Tours whispering our tale. Attic gallery museum now. School groups oohing over sketches, guitars. Kids middle-aged Lily gallery owner. Rose Dean, Alex CEO, grandkids teens sassy smart. Us silvered Ethan hair white wave, me glasses thicker, but hands clasped same. Travels paused health, but local jaunts porch talks, diner dates Marge retired, her niece pouring. Anniversary 30th, quiet dinner rusty spoon, booth hours, pancakes symbolic. To us he toasted, eyes clear. Survived. Thrived. I clinked. Love. Winter mild, but cold struck. Ethan's cough lingered, docs probing. Pneumonia no, deeper lung shadow, war gift dust and debris. Biopsy waited, days suspended. Family rallied Zoom calls, visits packed. Clear margins it came, treatment plan radiation gentle. He fought quiet, naps more, but spirit unbroken. Thanks doc, he said post-session, for the fight. Every time, Dr. Reyes retired fully, her legacy us. Spring bloomed resilient, garden tended grandkids, weeds pulled jokes. Summer family Vakri lake house, boats and bonfires, stories generational. Fall book 3 Ethan solo, reflections raw, launch center sold out. Climax health mind now, fall hike twist ankle bad, surgery pins. Ethan bedside, role reversed. Your turn to rest, he teased, soup spooned. Grateful, I squeezed hand. Partner. Winter recovery, puzzles pieced, talks deep futures. New Year grandkids resolutions, us advising wise. Spring lily baby surprise, our great-grand first, names debated. Ceremony naming, us greats beaming. Summer travels light, nearby parks, picnics packed. Fall festival lifetime award us, stage shared, speech tandem. To love that bends, never breaks. Ethan voice steady, jams my north. Cheers roared, kiss applause. Then letter old CO final, reunion faded vets, stories closed. We went, toasts to lost, embraces tight. Home, unwind, he turned. Regrets? None. You? Echoed. Years silver to gold, great-grand toddling, lapse claimed. Surprises roses book memoir track and triumph, us forward. Conflicts nil, town ally full. Through, love oak-rooted, misunderstandings myths, friendships eternal. Porch swing heirloom, dawn chorus, fingers twined. Still here? Always. Dawn breaks, story hours unending.